WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 11.
He worked alone. New details tonight on how the man who plowed into a crowd in New Orleans, killing more than a dozen people. And it is our top story at 11. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. The FBI now says the man who intentionally ran over people on New Year's Eve did not have help carrying out his attack.
He was killed in a shootout with police, but not before killing 14 people and injuring at least 35.
Katie Weiss has the very latest on where the investigation stands tonight.
The FBI says the Army veteran who drove a pickup truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers in the heart of New Orleans acted alone. That reverses the FBI's view from a day before.
Nothing to indicate through call records, through anything on those devices, through interviews, through anything in our systems that he was aided in this attack by anybody.
According to the FBI, Shamsuddin Jabbar rented an electric truck on Monday in Houston, Texas, where he lived, and drove to New Orleans on Tuesday evening. After midnight on the morning of the attack, he placed 2 improvised explosive devices in coolers in the French Quarter. He posted a final online video proclaiming support for ISIS just minutes before he plowed into the crowd on Bourbon Street.
He was 100% inspired by ISIS.
Trevor Neal remembers Jabbar from their time in the Army.
I can only speak for the 2011 version of Sham, which was, he was a normal individual, no red flags, great soldier, phenomenal friend.
A cousin of one of the victims, 25-year-old Matthew Tenedorio, reflected on the tragedy.
We still haven't really wrapped our minds around that. A terrorist attack took our Matthew away.
Bourbon Street reopened under heightened security as New Orleans seeks to return to some sense of its old self. College football fans prepared for the Sugar Bowl, which was postponed by a day. Before Thursday's game, fans at the Superdome remembered victims of the deadliest act of mass murder in the U.S. in more than a year, with a moment of silence. Katie Weiss, CBS News, New Orleans.
Well, the terror attack and safety concerns in New Orleans are on the minds of many here in mid-Michigan as well. 6 News spoke with Louis Langham, who's a current professor with the criminal justice field at Cooley Law School and a retired detective lieutenant with the Michigan State Police. He says police handled that attack well to a certain degree and that law enforcement have trained experience with dangerous situations. But Langham also says one of the main issues was the barriers on Bourbon Street.
Barriers weren't there, and the barriers had been replaced, I understand, with patrol vehicles and other type of vehicles to supplement for that, but it ultimately proved not to be sufficient to stop the attack.
The Michigan State Capitol building has barriers to make sure lawmakers and the public are safe, and officials say there are officers at every perimeter for large events like the annual Silver Bells in the City celebration that brings tens of thousands of people to downtown.
And speaking of people flooding into a big city for an event in Detroit, police are finalizing plans to keep Lions fans safe as thousands prepare to gather Sunday night for a big game against the Minnesota Vikings. Gino Vici is here for you with what you and fans can expect.
Now, without question, fans can expect to see heightened security at the Lions-Vikings game this Sunday. I spoke with one security expert who says in light of what happened in Las Vegas and in New Orleans, he says it's also important, as always, for everyone to be aware of their surroundings.
I think Detroit, because of this, will have heightened awareness all around.
Steve Dolan, retired assistant chief of police in the city of Detroit, has been involved in many high-priority security events over the years and says this weekend's Lions game is certainly one that will be just that.
The stadium itself will be secure. It's a hard target. They have explosive dogs out there sniffing explosives. You'll have plenty of police presence.
But Dolan says it's the perimeter or soft targets in light of the 2 deadly attacks this week that will be the main point of concern.
Just like in New Orleans along Bourbon Street, I would think there'd be increased patrols. I would think that Chief Bettison is having a meeting, if not already, sometime today or tomorrow. Because again, it's the soft target you're worried about. People are out there enjoying themselves, getting ready for the game.
The same day in Las Vegas, a cyber truck exploded outside Trump International Hotel. The driver of the truck was killed. Several others were injured. Dolan says in light of these terrible tragedies, it's important for everyone to be aware and expect some level of inconvenience due to increased security.
And that's the key. The old saying of see something, say something, definitely applies to this.
Now, we do expect DPD to make an official announcement sometime tomorrow or perhaps Saturday to let fans know what to expect in terms of security on Sunday. In Detroit, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Well, new tonight, Meridian Township Police are asking for your help identifying a few people, so take a look. Police say they would like to question these people about a retail fraud case they're investigating. Police did not say when or where it happened, but if you recognize any of them, call the Meridian Township Police Department. The number 517-853-4800.
And fire officials near Langsburg are trying to figure out what started a fire in a barn-type structure this afternoon. It happened on a property on the 8700 block of West Britton Road in Shiawassee County. When 6 News got on the scene, there was a lot of smoke coming from that structure. No word yet on if anyone was injured or how much damage was done.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
The cold weather is certainly the weather theme over the next couple of weeks. Snowfall-wise, there's not a lot on the way, but we have several chances of some lake effect snow showers. There is one system of note that's going to pass in that red area to our south. That's going to be a major snow event for places across Indiana, Ohio. So if you're traveling south, in particular on Monday, pay special attention to the weather. Of course, there'll be lake effect in the UP, northern lower Michigan, but here in mid-Michigan, everything looks fairly light. The odds of seeing at least 2 inches of snow for us, I mean, we're looking at the next 10 days, so 2 inches is not really a lot, and only a 20% chance of that. To our south, for our friends in Hillsdale, along the state line, some of that snow may creep north of the state line just a bit on Monday, so your odds a little bit better. That combined with a little better chance of some lake effect snow. Going to be cold, high temperatures below freezing for the foreseeable future, even some upper teens by the middle of next week, and we could have some single-digit lows out there as well. Satellite radar tonight, a little more widespread snow to our south. Lake effect snow showers continue to develop for us, so we'll see some snowflakes out there. Through tomorrow morning, scattered snow showers, and then through the day, off and on scattered snow showers, nothing too heavy. Unless you get along the lake shore, some of them could be a little more intense, but nothing too extreme. As we move into the weekend on Saturday, we'll start out with lots of cloud cover around once again. Question marks of will we clear out in the afternoon? It's possible we get some sunshine. Don't bank on it, but if we're lucky, we'll get some sun, and that will help because temperatures will be cold in the 20s. Precision cast snow tonight through tomorrow afternoon. You can sort of pick out the wind direction following the colors. Northwest wind, that favors southwestern portions of the area for slightly more significant snow, but again, not all that heavy. As we add it on through Saturday, around 1 to 2, maybe as much as 3, and some of that could creep into Hillsdale County or southwestern Jackson County, but most of the area a trace to an inch of snowfall. Temperatures tonight are sitting in the mid-20s, cold outside. As we check out the Skyview network, you can see any flurries are very, very light because the visibility is really good. 28 degrees currently. No wind chill since there's really no wind out there tonight. We had a gust earlier today of 25 miles per hour. In Grand Ledge this evening, temperatures at 27 degrees, humidity 84%, peak wind 25 miles per hour. While in Jackson, we've got cloudy skies, a temperature of 26. Winds at 6 miles per hour gives you a feels like temperature of 19. And finally, tonight in Hillsdale, cloudy skies and a temperature of 22 degrees. No wind chill. Humidity high, though, at 89%. For tonight, scattered snow showers. Overnight low, 21 degrees. Winds only 5 to 10 miles per hour at worst. Tomorrow's forecast, scattered snow showers. Although the first half of the day, there's a slightly better chance than tomorrow evening. Temperatures, though, only climb into the mid-20s tomorrow, and it stays cold over the weekend, even if we get some sunshine on Saturday. By Monday, chance for some snow showers with that system to our south. We'll keep an eye on it. More lake effect snow showers Wednesday, right into next weekend, with very cold temperatures, highs, teens and 20s, and overnight lows in the single digits in teens.
Well, at least it's consistent, David, you know?
I can say that for it. It is consistent.
Electric blanket weather.
Fire in the fireplace, heat on high.
Yeah.
Extra blanket.
Stuff. Lots of blankets. Whatever you got to do to stay warm.
All right. Thanks, David. Well, coming up on 6 News at 11, the race is on to choose a new Speaker of the House in D.C. Will current Speaker Mike Johnson survive?
I'll have the answer for you coming up after the break. Stay with us.